Okay, so today I am going to discuss to you about the dimensions of human sexuality. So first, let's have uh, the biological dimension. So when we say biological dimension, it is described by a person's biological or physical sexual characteristics, or ito po yung tinatawag nating sex chromosomes and hormones produced by sexual glands. So ang isang tao po is nagpo-produce ng sex hormones or sex chromosomes or hormones. So kapag female po, ang pinuproduce niyang sex chromosomes is XX or double X. Then, kapag male naman po, ang isang tao, nagpuproduce naman po siya ng sex chromosomes na X and Y. So, sa DNA po, na nade-describe or nakakreate ang isang babae at ang isang lalaki by means of sex chromosomes na pinuproduce ng isang individual. So, ano naman po ang role ng hormones? So, ang hormones po is very important in the expression of all physical and physiological sexual characteristics of a person. So, kapag sinabi pong biological dimension din, we classify males and females by identifying the reproductive parts present in their body. So, another thing po, kapag sinabing biological kasi, it is natural. So, kapag pinanganak ang isang taong lalaki, automatic meron po siyang male reproductive system. While kapag babae, of course, the female reproductive system. Okay, so next is we have the psychological dimensions naman po. So, kapag sinabing psychological dimensions, ito po yung sinasabing it's all in the mind. So, psycho means mind or sa pag-iisip natin. So, say for example na ang isang tao is tumingin sa salamin and kung ano yung nakikita niya at kung ano yung naiisip niya of, say for example, being a girl or being a male or girl and a boy, dapat i-accept niya yung kung ano ba yung nakikita niya sa salamin na yun. So, importante din na ang tingin mo sa sarili mo is positive about your own sexuality. So, kapag kasi positive po ang tingin mo sa iyong sexualidad, madali mong na-accept ang iba't ibang bagay. So, accepting whether you are a boy or a girl and appreciating your physical characteristics affect your sexual health. So, next is we have about the psychological dimensions. Kapag negative naman po ang tingin mo sa iyong sarili or sa sexualidad mo, dito po nagkakaroon ng tinatawag nating psychological disorder. So, ano ba yung mga psychological or very common psychological disorder? One is we have the insecurity. So, alam naman po natin na kapag ang isang tao is nakaramdam ng insecurity na, nagkakaroon ng psychological disorder. Kung baga, nakakaisip tayo ng mga bagay na hindi naman dapat, lalong-lalo na yung masasamang bagay. Eventually, pwede kang makaramdam ng mga minimal lang yung pagkain ng marami or pagbawas ng pagkain natin. Kumbaga, pwede siyang makamatay yung insecurity na yan. Next is we have bulimyang tinatawag po. Another psychological eating disorder naman po. Bulimic persons would eat food that they want to eat but induce themselves to vomiting after by forcing the food out from the throat. So, ang bulimia po, ito yung nagang intake tayo ng pagkain. But then again, after we eat too much, nilalabas ng ating katawan din. Okay? Kasi dito nasisira talaga yung parte ng mga digestive system natin. Especially the throat and esophagus. So, next is we have the socio-cultural dimension. So, kapag sinabi naman pong socio-cultural dimensions, kalakip nito yung mga tanong na, how do you react when you hear the word sex? Ayan. Or do you join your peers when you hear them talk about reproductive system? So, depende ang sagot ninyo or nakadepende po ang sagot ninyo dun sa mga questions na yun sa social and cultural influences na kinagis na ninyo. So, depende sa people that surrounds you, that includes especially your family, school, and people from your neighborhood. So, merong different countries na iba't iba ang kultura when it comes to sexuality. So, iba't ibang bansa have their own standards and norms in their sexual practices. Moreover, some countries may have different tribes or ethnic groups that follow their own traditions and practices involving sexual behaviors and practices. Ayan. So, next is we have the factors that affect one's attitudes and practices related to sexuality and sexual behavior. So, ito naman po yung mga factors na nakakaapekto sa attitude at sexual behavior or sexuality ng isang tao. Number 1 is family. So, sa family kasi, nagkakaroon ng sexual awareness, most probably, nagsisimula talaga siya sa bahay. 'Di ba? Sa bahay, with the guidance of our parents and siblings. So, when it comes to family, dito nagkakaroon ng epekto when it comes to clothing, toys, and games. So, kapag, 'di ba, sa atin ang isang tao ay sinuotan mo, babae siya, sinuotan mo ng panlalaki, may tendency na paglaki niya, ang gender preference niya na is magsusuot na siya ng ganon, ng panlalaki. So, sa toys naman, kapag ang lalaki pinalaro mo ng Barbie doll, may tendency din na in the future or in the near future, yun na yung makakasanayan niyang laruin instead of guns, ano pa ba mga panlaro ng lalaki. Basta yung mga panlaro ng panlalaki. Okay? So, next is we have the proper behavior. Okay, when it comes to proper behavior naman, ito yung tinuturuan tayo ng mga parents natin ng mga gawaing panglalaki or mga gawaing pambabae. And also, females were trained to act and speak in feminine ways like malumanay. Ayan. As they grow up, females are taught how to do household chores. Kasi part daw baga ng paniniwala natin na kapag gawaing bahay, babae yan. Then, ang nagpo-provide naman is yung mga kalalakihan. So, next is we have the attitudes towards sex po yan. So, kapag ang pamilya mo is, ang nakagisnan ay conservative, kumbaga kapag narinig nila ang salitang sex, ay wag natin pag-usapan yan. Wala yun sa vocabulary nila or ayaw nilang pag-usapan. So, but then again, when it comes to family, dapat napag-uusapan yan kasi lalong-lalo na sa mga panahon ngayon, ang mga bata po ay talagang, kumbaga, kailangan ng guidance when it comes to sex education. Ayan. Next po natin is we have religion. So, religion naman po is one factor, another factor that affect one's attitudes and sexual behaviors because of the influence by religious beliefs and doctrines. Ayan, so people may differ in their stand on morality and they are differently bound to their religious and spiritual beliefs. Or others would disagree on premarital and extramarital sex. So, yung premarital po, ito yung sex before marriage. Kumbaga, ang isang tao is nakikipag-sex nang hindi pa sila kinakasal. Okay? So, what about religion? So, ito na ang sinasabi ko po kanina na premarital sex and extramarital sex. And also, masturbation for males. So, ayon sa Catholic doctrines or religious beliefs po nila, ang masturbation ay hindi dapat ginagawa ng isang disenteng lalaki or disenteng tao. Next is the marriage and divorce. So, ang Catholic or probably other religions po is naniniwala na sagrado ang marriage. But then again, they are against divorce. So, Sabi kasi nila, they reject divorce because it is just an option for marital problems. And also, we have contraceptive methods. Ano naman po yung contraceptive methods? Ito yung paggamit or pagpigil or paggamit ng condom kapag ang married people or individuals ay nagkakaroon ng sexual intercourse. So, ang Catholic po is against in using contraceptive methods. So, yan yung mga examples natin ng kumbaga topics about religions or factors which is religions. Next is we have multiculturalism. So, kapag sinabi naman nating multiculturalism, papasok si socio-cultural dimension, which is yung social and cultural influences natin. Okay? So, number 1 is the abortion. So, sa other countries po, ang abortion is hindi na or no longer a new thing para sa kanila. 'Di ba? Lalong-lalo na sa China kasi ang China po is meron yan silang tinatawag na one child policy, 'di ba? So, sa kanila ang abortion is hindi na talaga bago. But then again, here in the Philippines po, abortion is not a good thing kasi kumbaga lalong-lalo na sa Catholic, it's sin talaga. Greatly sin. Okay. So, next is we have dressing up or pagbibihis natin. So, some countries would dress proper or wear proper dress covering the reproductive parts, but some, especially in ethnic groups, women would dress up naked and men would just covered with a piece of cloth enough to cover their reproductive parts. So, natatakpan lang ng yung mga reproductive parts nila. But, sa women talaga, sa mga ibang ethnic groups, talagang naked sila. Okay? So, next is we have virginity. So, some countries would allow would allow not to have virginity. Kasi sa kanila, hindi na talaga big deal yung pagkakaroon or pagiging virgin ng isang babae or ng isang lalaki. Next is we have socio-economic status, or sabi dito, meron po akong quote, socio-economic status should never be an excuse used by teachers as to why kids haven't learned. So, kaya nga tayo may tinatawag na education for all. So, ano man ang iyong status sa buhay, you should learn or you should have enough learnings or education. Ayan. So, when it comes to attitudes and sexual behaviors naman po, we have poverty. So, kapag ang isang tao daw po ay kanyang nakagistang status sa buhay ay kahirapan, may epekto ito sa attitude niya and his or her sexual behavior. Paano? So, kapag mahirap, nagkakaroon ng lack of education or hindi nalalaman ng isang tao yung sex education na kapag nakipag-sexual intercourse ka, babae at lalaki ay nag-sex intercourse, may posibilidad na ikaw ay mabuntis. 'Di ba? So, hindi mo yun alam kasi hindi ka or kulang ka nga sa edukasyon. 'Di ba? Lalong-lalo na sa sex education. So, middle class status, ito naman yung mga nasa gitna lang. Hindi naman kahirapan, pero nakaka-survive pa rin sa araw-araw. So, ito yung mga taong nakaka-supply ng or merong enough knowledge or education when it comes to human sexuality or sex education, may possibility na they are more responsible in terms of sexual behaviors as well as premarital sex, or they tend to have planned or more planned family matters and proper mentality about having children. Ayan. So, next is we have dealing with friends and peers, or peers and friends, ang iyong mga kaibigan at mga kakalaro or nakakahalubilo. So, dito sa peers and friends po, it is very common among teenagers to gather with girls talk or boys talk. Ngayon nga lang, talagang medyo alarming na kapag nagkaroon ng girls talk and boys talk, hindi natin nalalaman or hindi natin na-identify kung ano ba talaga yung pinag-uusapan. Which is probably, kadalasan, it's about human sexuality or sexual behavior. Hindi natin alam na pinag-uusapan na pala nila ay about sex, ganito, ganyan. Ayan. Kaya, it is very difficult with our part as teachers na, kumbaga, i-guide talaga ng maayos ang ating mga students. Ayan. So, kasi, ang mga students ngayon is they have a more time in school, having their conversations with their classmates, even with social media platforms like Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, or Viber. Diba? Merong mga influences talaga ang peers and friends. So, dito nagkakaroon din ng tinatawag nating set of dilemma, which is peer pressure. So, kapag sinabing peer pressure, it's about accepting or rejecting group or peers natin ay nagpapakita ng mali. Okay? So, kapag alam mo na ang influensya sa'yo ng mga kaibigan mo ay masama, you have to reject. Okay? But, if you see na ang influence ng iyong mga kaibigan and peers ay nakakabuti sa'yo, say for example, nakakapag-review ka ng maayos because of them, kasi you gather as a group na kung saan nag-aaral talaga kayo ng mga lessons, accept. Okay? So, tanggapin mo kasi mabuti ang nadudulot sa'yo. Okay? So, meron din namang sa peer pressure, 'di ba? Tinutulak talaga nila tayo para gumawa ng masama. So, next is we have media. So, lalong-lalo na po ngayon. So, media is hindi na talaga siya bago para sa mga bata. Meron kang makikita mga bata na 2 years old, 3 years old, talagang hawak na nila ay cellphone, nag-YouTube, nag-Facebook. Ayan. So, hindi na salat sa information ang mga tao ngayon, lalong-lalo na ang mga bata. That's why we have to guide them. In order for us to tulungan natin sila para hindi mawala sila sa tamang landas. Ayan. So, kapag media naman po, it includes the use of television, radio, movies, and printed advertisement, which is worldwide na talaga siya nakikilala, lalong-lalo na ang internet. Okay? So, ito yung mga platform po sa media na means na when it comes to public service, but also sources of information for sexual awareness. So, paano ba siya nakaka-impluwensya? Okay, media can influence a person's sexual behavior and practices depending on the type of information or program being presented. So, ang effect nito sa viewer or listener may be positive or negative. Depende na lang sa kung anong kukunin mo dun sa pinapanood mo or binabasa mo or napapakinggan mo. Kung kukunin mo ay masama, it's up to you. Pero kung ang kukunin mo ay mga mabubuting bagay, much better. Okay? So, ayan. So, sources of information nga ang media, tulad po ng sabi ko kanina. So, when we say MTRCB, or ang meaning po is movie and television, Review and Classification Board. So, itong MTRCB po ay isang agency na kung saan nire-rate nila ang mga TV programs as SPG or strict parental guidance and PG or parental guidance. So, kapag ito na yung nakalagay dun sa mga pinapanood ninyo, automatic dapat may patnubay ng inyong mga magulang. So, warnings may lead to positive result, but also this warns the viewer of the sexual nature of the program and encourage them to be responsible. So, hindi naman ginagawa itong SPG, PG ng MTRCB para magkaroon ng negative result, but also magkaroon ng positive result when it comes to teenagers or yung mga taong nanonood ng programa. So, ngayon, sa media, we have to be very responsible lang talaga on what we should watch and what are the programs that we should not watch, 'di ba? So, nowadays kasi, ang media programs are nagpapakita ng mga sensitive when it comes to sex and sexuality. Kumbaga, nagiging okay lang sa kanila magpakita ng mga mga nakahubad-hubad, 'di ba? So, meron nga dyan pong sinasabi na ayon sa research studies, the exposure of media affects teenager sexual behavior. So, sobrang malaking factor talaga ang media when it comes to teenagers sexual behavior. Okay, so thank you for listening and thank you for SlideShare po para sa aking PowerPoint presentation. And if you have questions po or pwede nyo pong hingin din tong PowerPoint presentation. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.